how's it going? If you manage to escape the fallout cloud, and if you are fortunate enough to be listening to this broadcast, consider yourself lucky. If your skin has not turned into jelly, and if last night's acid rainstorm did not turn your body into a pile of unrecognizable liquid, consider yourself lucky. There's a storm coming. Fallout dust storm for Portland that's riding east winds out the Gorge and is set to blow into Umatilla by sundown, with a forecasted inversion said to set up by morning's time. I don't know about you, but I have enough food to last me about 3 days. My name is The Slicer, and I'm broadcasting to you from Umatilla, Oregon, at the KILL 5150 studios on Channel 54. So keep your dial tuned right here for all the most important post-apocalyptic news updates, weather, and in-depth sports analysis. I broadcast every day at noon.
Cheers, mates. It's Mick the Ripper here. Today I have the privilege of talking to the 8-time Ultra Legend Mega Old Grand Masters champion, Chester Witherspoon. We're going to find out exactly how Chester stays on top of his game, how the fuck he stays in shape. So, Chester, thanks for coming into the studio, and it's an honor to have...
Pleasure's all yours, I'm sure.
So, Chester, tell me, when was the Ultra Legend Mega Old Grand Master division created? I've never even heard of it. How long has it been around?
8 years ago, the PDGA gave me my own division because it made their little puppy fart pros out there scared to be beat by a man with a walker that's high on boner pills. You know that if you take enough boner pills, it'll make you putt harder and faster and longer. It'll make your whole round rock solid.
Whoa. All right. I got it. Are boner pills performance-enhancing drugs? Do you think that the PDGA should allow performance-enhancing drugs like boner pills and mushrooms?
I'm glad you finally asked a decent question, you commie boomerang sniffer. Hell yes, I do. This sport is so boring to watch, it's worse than baseball. A couple of players losing their shit and fighting to first blood from roid rage would be good for ratings.
Well, shit, man. Now that you mention it, you make a good point. This shit is boring. So last week at the Beaver Wide Open, your score of 34 over would have placed you one place over David Feldberg in Masters. That's incredible. Tell us what your secret is, mate.
Don't even put me in the same sentence as that dried up hairy pork rind. I'm playing at my own level and I don't need to compare myself with losers.
Did you just say hairy pork rind?
Yeah, I hate those things.
I wouldn't imagine that anyone would like a hairy pork rind.
When I was 80, I ate pork rinds every day for an entire year. I didn't shit right for a long time, but it was worth it because those things are really good. When you find out it's the last pork rind in the bag and it's covered in hair and you just have to eat it, that's the worst. Well, where'd everybody go? Hello? Is this thing on?
Are you tired of your friends outdriving you? Are you fed up with landing bottom carts weekend after weekend? If this sounds like your game, then you need disc golf's best kept secret in your bag right now. Outdrive your opponents, land every weak side putt, laugh maniacally at your friends as they struggle to keep up with your game. Arm yourself with the brand new lineup of Finger Smoke discs today. All Finger Smoke discs are guaranteed to fly farther than any other disc for any player, anywhere, of all time, always, or double your money back. Only available at the Disc Golf Depot, 2410 121st Avenue, Suite 214 in Portland, Oregon. Open 10 to 6 every day. Coming this summer is the biggest fucking movie ever. The year is 2055, and Robert De Niro, Bruce Willis, Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Matthew McConaughey, Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, Steve Martin, Danny McBride, Sylvester Stallone, Jonathan Silverman, Greg Olson, Brad Pitt, and Charlie Sheen must locate the last 6-foot double-headed gas-powered pitch black silicone pulsating chrome-tipped Destro-style fairway driver in order to finish the biggest tournament against the best players that Mars has to offer. Coming this summer, written and directed by Xander Cruz and David Philberg.
We still got it.
Good morning, Umatilla, Oregon. Rise and shine. You're listening to the Slicer here in the studios of KILL 5150, broadcasting on Channel 54. As of 6 a.m. this morning, the radioactive dust storm has begun. It is no longer safe to go out and get provisions. Everything you have right now is all you're gonna have for the rest of your life.
And now Mick the Ripper gives us the Cellar Dwellers gas station burrito of the week.
Cheers, mates. It's Mick the Ripper here. Right now, I'm at Pat's Ranch Mart up in Goldendale, Washington. Trying out the fried beef and bean burrito here, and it's actually quite nice. It's got a nice golden color, nice and flaky, crispy outer layer. And if you put an entire packet of hot sauce on every bite, then it's almost edible. It's not bad, really. Next week, I'll be trying the 76 station in Hood River, and I'm very excited about that. I've heard amazing things, so cheers,
the
mates.
Cellar Dwellers gas station burrito of the week is brought to you by Midol. Quit acting like a bitch and take your Midol.
I love it because you're not saying the women's, it's like for everyone.
You mean
They're
even
all
dudes?
a bunch of bitches.
All the bitches out there need this my doll. Yeah, that's for sure. So Eagle won the glass blown open.
He did.
Paul Macbeth took 60th. Heard he's like on the rock now. So here's what I wanted to talk about today. So there's that picture of that dude stealing the disc golf bag out of the guy's car.
In Estacada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the dude this guy goes to Subway. Well, he said he's in Subway for just 5 minutes, ordering a sandwich, comes out, his disc bag's gone from his car. And he posts it on the Northwest Disc Golfers page. And everybody's like, fuck, that sucks. And two guys on there, I don't remember their names, said, I live in Estacada, we'll find this SOB. And the next thing I know, it turns into like a CSI investigation. Like, dudes are all communicating in that town about how to find the guy. And about 2 hours later, somebody posts a photo of the guy with the disc golf bag in hand, riding a BMX away from the scene.
Like a surveillance photo?
Yeah, it's from a camera. So it's a still from a camera. And the dude's on a BMX bike. You can see it, the bag. You can actually see the discs in the picture. It's so fucking... Now, here's what's so incredible about this to me. And this is what I wanted to talk about, is what an amazing disc golf community those guys have.
Out in Estacada?
Yeah.
Just that region.
Those guys came together and
Yeah.
fucking caught the guy. That's incredible, dude. That's like... that's a luxury I was not fortunate enough to have when my Sexton Firebird, and I gotta bring this up because that's why I'm talking about it. When my Firebird got stolen off of the table at Disc Golf at Tournament Central, at that tournament at a fucking C tier from a well-known club in town, the first reaction from them was, tough break, I can get you another one. In Estacada, they said, I've got your back. We're going to find this motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll track him down.
Just got to call you guys out there in Portland, because that's what irked me about that the most. And I still, if you can't tell, I'm still fucking pissed off about it. It's bullshit. That kind of reaction. Just they're like, yeah, that's how we are out here. Shit gets stolen. But in Estacada, they're like, we're going to get together. We're going to catch the motherfucker. We've got your back.
Well, we just have to be diligent about that ourselves when something comes up, you know? Like, make the effort and help somebody find their shit.
Nobody had my back. Even guys I like who are friends of mine. And I would tell them this to their face. I'm not trying to talk shit about them. They know I would. And you know who I'm talking about. These guys are my pals. But that culture is just different. They didn't react that way. They didn't react like, let's rally behind our fellow golfer and help get his stolen property back. I don't know. I was jealous. I'm envious of those guys in Estacada for having a fucking club like that where they can all come together and actually catch a crook. Instead of the first post, what if the first comment was, no worries, bro, I can get you another golf bag full of discs. How is that any different? How fucked up does that sound when you say it like that, right?
Yeah.
Instead, people are like, that's a horrible thing that happened. I didn't get that from anybody. From anybody.
Word.
You just don't want me to get mad, huh? I can see it.
Yeah. Well, you already did.
Whatever.
You've already gotten mad.
Yeah, whatever.
It's all good. I just feel like there's no point in. It's a scab. You're picking a scab, and I understand why you're mad. But it's like, just take it all in and use it in the future and just, like, you know, live that way.
You know, mad maybe.
Be that person that you want other people to be, and just try to be an example to them so that they're like, oh, that guy fucking made the right decision. I want to be like that.
You know, like I said, I really do like those guys. Especially the two dudes that I chatted with, who I can't name because it's a podcast. But I've known them for years, and I still consider them to be good friends of mine. Just because they behaved a certain way and it upsets me doesn't mean I don't like them or think less of them. But I'm not going to ignore it, is all I'm saying. I don't think it's picking a scab. I think it's addressing an elephant. It's huge. No one wants to talk about it, and it's like awkward to bring it up. And I don't want it to be. I want to be like those guys in Estacada. I wish I had a crew like that to back me up.
You have to build it.
Like
you have to pick and choose.
Like
your
Tournament
crew.
Central, they're like, dude, someone stole Nick's Firebird, and you just hear this shing, all these katanas come flying out, and you hear like guns clicking and shit. Like,
So-
all of a sudden, the whole disc golf tournament, they all turn into like a militia, and they're all like questioning and interrogating each other. Empty your golf bag. My first months playing disc golf, I played for 3 months, and I went online and tried to look up clubs. I found Acer Binky Sunday doubles.
Right.
That was the first event I ever
You
went
went to Rooster Rock, right?
Right. I remember Aaron Walker. You remember Walker, Brutal Hill course guy?
Of course. Yeah.
He, I remember his face. He turned, I was on a card with him, and my doubles partner was a guy who doesn't like us too much. I'll just say that. You know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
We played on a card with him and his brother last year at Robster.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's how I met him. I was on a card with him. And right when I threw my first shot, I remember it was that red Starfire, hole one, Rooster Rock, and Aaron turned and looked at me and he's all, how long did you say you've been playing for?
Did it make it like halfway there?
Oh, God, not even that. I was like, 3 months? He's like, that's cool. I'm like, why was that bad? He's like, no, you remind me of me when I'd been playing it 3 months, like trying to make it nicer. I got a couple birdies that day for our
So
card.
he was saying, I sucked at 3 months too.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. But anyway, yeah, the club was kind of cliquey and it was kind of awkward and I didn't ever really go back. So, I mean, I just think that clubs are just kind of like that. And
Well, it's supposed to be a bunch of people you know, which
Yeah.
I understand.
yeah.
But it's also a regional thing. Like if you're looking for like good players to play against, like don't you want to find all your local guys and give them a chance to be part of that? I don't know. It's just sort of something I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We if we ever had another club, it just means that I would have to reach out to people I didn't like.
I was gonna say,
Be like, I guess you should be in on this.
I was gonna say too that the culture these days and all over the spectrum is different than it was even 5, 6, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is people when we grew up, you know, our age, pushing 40, we grew up with people who were really polite and forthcoming, I guess, like, hi, how are you? Where are you from?
Personable.
Yeah. Like, you should come hang out with us. We'll give you dinner. And I just don't think the culture's like that anymore. I think people are kind of weird and in their own bubbles and like they don't reach out like they used to.
Less often. There's
Yeah.
still cool people.
Yeah, there's tons of them. I just mean like
Yesterday-
it's not like I've never had a club reach out to me like that. So
Yeah.
say, hey man, you know, love your company, great game, love to have you come out and play on a Sunday or whatever. Nobody says that. They'll just say, Dubs at 5.
Yeah, show up if you want. There's a sign.
It's
or
like an
something.
advertisement or something, and I'm guilty of it. I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever.
We did doubles for what, 2 years or something like that. And I think
Was it that long?
Yep.
Crazy.
Every Saturday for about 2 years. And the ace pot controversies, like people were like, every day it was a new set of challenges.
Like, look, it's not our fault you guys can't ace anything in Hood River. Just get one already.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're listening to this podcast, we used that money to pay for motel rooms and shit, but we replaced it. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Nobody ever
definitely.
knew. Remember
Spent
that?
the money like 3 times.
No,
and
you
then
remember
put it
that?
back. Of course
we were
I
on a
do.
road trip and James's card wouldn't work to get a motel room. And I'm like, well, I got the ace pot.
Yeah, I think that was
It was in Yakima.
Centralia.
It was Yakima.
Wasn't it at King Oscar?
No, that was Yakima. Remember? And
Apparently not, but
that was
I
the only
believe
time we
you.
ever played that course in Yakima. That was when we stayed there that night. And as usual, you wake up and the main street's covered with cops. And remember that shit? And they're like, oh, there was 4 bank robberies last night. Or,
Oh, that's every night.
no, wait, that was the last time I was there. Okay, anyway, we had a huge ass ace pot, but I remember it's like all the controversies every fucking weekend. It'd be like, oh, we should play this layout. People yelling at me like, no, this hole's like this. We got to do that. Everybody play this. And then everyone would look at me like, is that what we're doing? And I'm like, no, this isn't a fucking democracy. Shut the fuck up
And play the layout.
Play the fucking layout. But every week it was like, oh, we should up the the ace pot money, or to $2 or whatever. Like everybody had something to bring every week, and I'm like, this isn't your show. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like it got really frustrating. And remember we always declined first place money.
Yes.
Every single time.
Yes.
I never collected one fucking payout
Me
from
neither.
those tournaments, and I've won a shitload of them. There's records of them still on Disc Golf Scene. And I did that to keep people pumped so they'd come back, but it still like wasn't enough.
So the last tournament that we put on, I did something kind of cheesy I'm not super proud of, but I took second place and I took the money, but it was because I bought 25 hamburgers for the players,
Right,
and I
right.
spent that money out of my pocket. So
That- and
I
that's-
figured it was justified to like
I took
donate my second place earnings to 25 hamburgers or whatever.
the year before at that same event, I took my third place money. But that's our tournament, not our doubles league.
That's true.
That's totally different. And you're right. We like put a lot into throwing a tournament.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But
But we got nothing out of that.
exactly.
Except for the pride of knowing that we did a good job.
Yeah, and had a blast. It's always fun.
Right.
If that course is there this year, we'll do it again.
We'll see, man.
No, we'll do it
see.
again. If it's still there, we'll do it again. But
It'd be kind of fun to
It'd be
do
the
it at
fifth
Locks.
year.
It'd be really fun to do it at Locks.
I think the fun part of doing is that it's in Hood River and
yeah,
doing the
I
temp
know,
course
on the other side of the street,
Yeah.
the skate park.
Yeah. But with the doubles league thing, we used to hand out our first place prize money to just keep people excited. We were trying to, as what I'm saying is, we were trying to cultivate that type of atmosphere where people are friendly and reach out to one another. They're helpful. They'll have your back if you got your disc bag stolen or if somebody takes your disc from Tournament Central. To create that community you were just talking about where people are welcoming, and
Yeah.
it didn't seem to really, I mean, there were moments where it was going well, but athletes are jerks. I don't think it matters what sport you're in. Everybody's got an attitude, and I'm not an exception.
Except for
I
those
do too.
Portland Ace Pot guys that we were talking about.
That was some funny shit.
Everyone else that showed up, we've always been really open and welcome to.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. I mean,
the guy who won the monster flick,
the UPS driver?
Mick, was that his name?
I don't remember.
Mac or Mick?
He
Remember?
drove down from Vancouver?
No, that was the first one. That was Corey.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking just this last year. The guy, he was a local and he knows the course now like we used to.
Right.
And nobody had seen him, and he's like, just showed up, bought in on the spot and won, collected the first place money.
like it.
Yeah, me too. And walked away.
Good for him.
I've seen him on the course here and there, but
So back to the Portland guys that came in to try to snake that ace pot.
Right.
Remember they showed up and threw all those discs and ended up leaving all those discs out there.
That's
that day.
right.
Like they lost like 5 or 6 discs on the.
I was the guy who collected all of those. They lost a blue Rock 3. An Eagle. They were all brand new champion
Brand new.
store-bought discs too. They weren't like tournament discs. They
Yeah,
weren't like
yeah.
they weren't special runs.
None of them got the ace, by the way.
No. See, that week doubles was canceled because there was a tournament.
Oh right, they drove down.
They drove
and they didn't know that it
down
was
and
canceled.
didn't know. So they were probably bag dumping all aggro.
Yeah.
And then they left a bunch of plastic behind. And if you're listening to this and you're those guys, I found your discs and I straight the fuck up kept them. And there was no names on them or numbers, but I knew whose they were. I'm serious. They were fucking dicks.
I kind of
Fuck
figure
those guys.
if you
they were
really
showing
want
up.
a disc to come back to you, you're gonna put your number or your name on it.
Right. And they were showing up just to collect our $280 ace pot.
They thought they were.
Because they're like Hood River were like 150-foot shots. You're bound to get an ace if you just run it. They didn't. Instead, they ended up losing money in gas, losing money in discs, and they can totally go fuck their own faces all day. I don't feel fucking bad for them at all. Those guys were pricks.
Well, they didn't get the money. That's what matters.
Sticks did. We threw a tournament, remember? That was our way to dump the ace pot because I was sick of the responsibility.
Yes.
So we threw an ace race. I was the first to throw. And I
ace
aced
on your first throw.
on my first throw with a whole fucking box stacked with everybody who was going to
number
play.
one.
On hole 1, first throw, it was a champion eagle. Hyzer around the tree, ace. Dude, I remember turning around and looking at Parkdale Chris.
Like, sorry guys.
Because I had aced twice during warm up, remember? And Parkdale Chris was like, now you're not going to ace all day. And I aced again. And he's like, now you're definitely not going to ace. And then I fucking aced on my first throw. I turned around and looked at him and I was like, now it's over. I didn't ace again after that. Sticks ended up acing old 9. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
And then he aced the new 9.
You got 2 aces in
Two
a day?
aces, yeah.
Wow.
2 aces in an ace race, and he bagged the cash. I remember Victor took a picture of him with all the cash, and that
Nice.
was exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
He's the guy who showed up every week and paid into
For
that
sure.
ace pot.
Yeah.
There's nobody more deserving of that money than him, and it was a perfect way to dump it. Because I'm like, now I'm done with this shit. I don't want this responsibility anymore. Because every week, that's what everybody wanted.
Yeah, it's what keeps you coming. There's
Yeah.
$200 on the line.
Always. There was always,
that's
like,
a good reason to show up.
Yeah, there was always 200, like 280, I think, is what it ended up getting to.
I remember playing in just freezing cold, windy,
Ice bowl is what Chris Anderson called it. Yeah,
It was awesome.
yeah.
Get people to show up on a day like that. All you got to do is just
Oh,
have a
yeah.
couple $100 on the line.
Totally. No, you're right. I remember us joking about how more people showed up on a snow day.
Yep.
Like, it was nice out 2 weeks ago. Only 6 dudes showed up. Now it's fucking 4 inches of snow on the ground. We got 40 people. Like, how does this shit happen?
I don't know.
Because it's
money.
No, it's like you said. You called it. Yeah. Like, well, there's an ace pot. It's snowing. I'm not going to work. Nothing else to do. Go see if I can win $200.
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
Yeah. Nice. So the first sanctioned PDGA tournament happened in the Dalles. It's the Cherry Fling. Looks like first place in advanced is Zach Basket. That's a very convenient last name.
Yeah, great last disc golf name.
He shot a 982 and a 966. And it looks like this hottest round of this tournament was a 49. And that came out to 993.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's
And
John.
how many under is that?
That's John Bellman. I think it was 6 down. And it looks like he finished 8. Was round 2 windier than round 1?
They were both the same.
Okay.
Different wind.
I don't need
Change
to-
direction a little bit.
So Manny shot 1 down. I told the director of this tournament I'd bet him $100 that Manny would win. I'm really glad he didn't take me on that offer.
Yeah.
Let's see. Women. Rebecca took second to Tanya Spence. And that's weird because that's Rebecca's course. I've played golf. Last time I played there with her, she kicked my ass on the layout. So
Maybe it was the wind that got her.
Yeah, maybe it was just a bad day.
Because she can crush. She'll finish under regularly.
Then it says here your folded ass took 3rd, but you say you actually took 4th.
I took 4th. It was a playoff. I lost on the 3rd hole of the
Right.
playoff.
And Brian shot 6. You say you made a card with Brian.
Yeah.
What did he shoot round 2?
I think he was 3 down.
3 down.
Maybe 4.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, he did really good. He played really consistent all day.
I know some of these dudes.
think he only had 1 bogey.
Roger's the guy who beat me at that birdie bash 5 years ago or whatever, 6 years ago when I first started playing. He shot 1 down, I thought, round 1, and it says he's 2 up here. So
Yeah, I don't think his second round was as good.
it doesn't look like anybody's second round was that good, to be honest. But
No,
anyway,
it was a long day.
yeah. So anyway, that wraps that up. I was one of the first people to sign up for the event. I was unable to go.
Well,
Yeah.
you were missed. You were thoroughly missed, man.
I bet. I'm a real likable guy.
I think that the only local guy other than, I guess I didn't place, so I can't put myself in this category. But Brian's the only local that took.
Who placed well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I expected Styx to just completely rip apart his home course.
I thought Styx would do better.
In a Fisher-Price version, too. Like a putter course version of
I don't
what
think he
he's
was
already...
feeling it yesterday.
Did you talk to him?
I did, yeah.
He just wasn't in the zone?
No, didn't seem like it.
Oh, okay.
But he was having fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, tournament on your home course.
Right. Yeah. Maybe there's a little extra pressure to perform.
It's a little different than just hanging out with your boys and playing doubles.
Yeah, it'd be like having $200 on the line in Hood River and
Yeah.
trying to, finish 10 down after 2 rounds with a bunch of money on the line. It's different than doing it when there's no money.
I wanted to see wow, 9 down, won it. I said my estimate was 10.
That's pretty close.
So I did come close. And I got that estimate from someone else. Skellinger told me that he thought that's what would win it. He said that about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So he knew what he was talking about.
Overall, I think the tournament turned out pretty good. I think that it could be a little more organized in the future. There's a lot of room for growth, but it's the first one, and they did all right.
Said the park was still open to the public.
That was the worst part of the whole thing. There was people, that was my biggest thing is when you go and you're standing on your tee box and you go for your drive and someone walks in the background behind the basket.
Oh,
It happened maybe 4 or 5 times where I had to step off the box and wait.
Yeah.
When I was ready to throw. And it kind of messes you up a little bit.
Did it cause any backups?
Not too bad. No. Because it's because that a lot of people didn't show up. There was a lot of no-shows, so I think that the tournament went a little quicker in some divisions than they expected, and some of the divisions took longer. So,
well, it was only 7 players short of a full field.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, the flow of the course is pretty smooth. Like it's short enough. You don't have guys looking for discs.
No,
let's put it that way.
Never.
Yeah, nobody's searching for discs at Cirrhosis, so you're always going to be moving, and you're always going to be.
Yeah, the flow of play was fine.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Disco Ball, Ryan was unable to close the park. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's a problem.
And it happened the first year he did. He got to close that whole other side. I don't remember. I remember Ben telling me about what the red tape was on that, but he wasn't able to get. The city didn't allow him to close it, and it did cause backups and problems. Those ladies that were sunbathing in the fairway, the guy that my card almost had to fight. That was so messed up,
yeah,
dude.
That makes it hard to concentrate. You're not going to play your best game when you've got other things distracting you away from your golf.
Yeah,
a good example of that. Yesterday or at this cherry fling there was like 5 or 6 buses of middle school kids that parked across the street and came over and used the picnic area, and they were kind of, they just sort of run out into fairways periodically.
What picnic area?
There's the one with all the picnic tables right next to the parking
bathrooms,
lot, but they were also over. Yeah.
Okay.
They were also in the children's playing area, and they would run out into the fairway of 9.
Was Tournament Central in the covered
pavilion.
area?
Yes.
Okay. Just clearing that up.
So those guys couldn't see what was happening, but more than once we had to, not throw and go out and ask people to please. Like, hey, there's a tournament going on here today. If you guys could just stand off to the side. And when you're talking about teenagers and their snarky attitudes, like, you're not my dad.
Oh, God.
Like,
so, wait.
I just don't want to kill you.
So they were on the green of 6?
Of 9.
9? The green of 9?
Yeah.
By the play area.
They would run from the playground.
But what about the green of 6? You said that they were at the picnic tables. They didn't interfere with the green of 6?
It'd be 5.
That's the
when
new.
I was throwing at 5.
The new highs.
Listen,
the 5's
Anheuser.
I that's 6, bro. That's 6.
Okay, 6.
Yeah.
I tried to Anheuser at 6.
Right.
And it went past the basket and went almost all the way to the bathrooms and landed in the middle of all of those people. And I had to go and putt back at the basket from like a picnic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they expect anybody to. I think everyone could probably overshoot that basket. It's not just me.
Well, hold on. I'm just gonna take a guess and say you threw a big ass driver.
I threw the Shrike.
Exactly, bro. That's
For
a
a
rock
turnover.
shot, dude.
I know,
That's a
but
glow
I can't
rock.
throw a rock.
Yes,
my putters aren't gonna get there, and I'm not great with a mid. So.
And you lost your KC glow rock, the one
a long time ago. It got a cut in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, I throw that fucker at it, and it just sails all the way to the basket. Sits right under.
I need a good mid range that'll just not go to the right.
Throwing a fucking 13-speed driver at a shot that pros are hucking putters
low.
at.
So the first round,
you're throwing 450 now.
I birdied it the
knew.
first round with the same disc. I threw and it went short, and it got a cut roller that rolled
I was
it
just
over
gonna
under
say
the basket.
You probably got a little roller. Probably hit.
I was trying to do the
turned
same
over.
thing again, but the wind changed and it picked it up
Douchebag.
into the air. Yeah,
whatever.
it was a douche move.
Yeah, that's a douche.
Can't get lucky twice.
So I saw that you started on hole 10. That's what you were saying? Was that rough?
Hole 7.
The first round, you said you were starting on hole 10.
I like hole 10.
Me too, but is
I
that a rough
I
hole?
parked it.
I know, but no, it said 3 on their scorecard picture.
Oh, maybe I missed my putt, man.
Oh. I just thought that's a rough
Still
hole.
parked it.
That's a rough hole to start on. Like if you wanted to warm your arm up on 3 golf holes,
Right.
10's not a great place
No, you're
to
shooting
start.
down a
Yeah,
tunnel.
you're doing like a skill shot,
Yeah.
distance shot, tunnel.
No, I was
uphill.
okay with it.
Right on. Just rip the shrike up the gut.
Yeah, shrike.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't want to start on that hole. I thought about it and I was like, I'd love to start on hole 2. Do holes 2, 3, and 4, and then you're warmed up. I mean, the shorties, and just get your arm up to speed, and then you can just start fucking ripping heaters.
I never overshot 14 before, and I got the shrike to go like maybe 15 feet past the basket.
Oh, I'm sure. Same shot you threw when we played the other day.
Where it went out through the trees on the
Yeah.
right and then hooked up,
It's weird how it looks from the tee box like it's going to hit those trees.
and it doesn't.
It doesn't, because if you walk up and you look at the fade route,
It's thin.
yeah, and you can see that there's like a route for the fade to hook
all
up.
of a sudden, it used to be my least favorite, and as of yesterday, it's now
Really?
my new favorite shot.
I've always loved hole 14.
I didn't like it because of the uphill tee box, but they fixed the tee box.
Oh, right,
By the way,
right.
good job, guys. That's a nice tee box.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I
They
can't
did
even
fix it.
talk shit about it. I don't even have anything bad to say about that tee box.
For the shittiest tee pad. Nice. I've loved hole 14 since day one. That whole stretch has always been my favorite part of the course. Seriously, and now that 17's like that, it's just that's the best. That's the meat of the potatoes of cirrhosis, in my opinion. Is
Do you
14,
know-
16, 17 are the 3 best holes on the course.
Do you know? Oh, the second round, they got rid of the Mando on 16 for the second round.
Oh, cool.
And I think it messed a lot of people up because everyone's so used to throwing at it.
I
Like,
always throw down the tunnel. Yeah, I don't know any other route. Like I said, the only reason I didn't like the
I
Mando is 'cause-
barely made it past the Mando on the second round because I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I should just let it
Hook
go
it to the
and see
right
what-
or no. The tunnel's the best way
the
there.
Tunnel, I should have
That's-
just done my normal shot.
That's what I've always said is I'm going to throw the tunnel no matter what. I just don't like the Mando because I hate having to take a drop and lose a stroke when I don't make it. I'd
Yeah.
rather just play my lie and get punished that way. you know.
Sure.
But I'm going to throw the tunnel every time. That's the way to the basket, dude. That's the way there. You rip a laser beam right down the gut. It's going to fucking go right to the pin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
Well, I didn't do that.
when I
It
first
didn't
started
work out.
Well, when I first started playing there, I tried other routes, and they are just luck routes. So, all right. So moving on then.
Do you remember the one before when I didn't buy lunch and they're like, "Oh, you said you were gonna buy lunch."
Oh my
and
God.
I went and I got us hamburgers and we just ate them in front of everybody.
You actually you kept it a secret from me, and then you pulled a burger out of your disc bag. You remember that? And you're like, dude,
Oh, yeah.
you said, here, keep it down. These guys are pissed. I did. And I did. I hid it. Like when dudes weren't looking, I'd take bites out of it and put it back in
Yeah,
my
that
disc
was
bag.
the most unorganized thing that we've been involved with. I think it wasn't.
Well, what did we do? We promised them lunch and then we didn't provide it?
Yeah,
Shit. I'd have to look
yeah.
back.
I mean, I don't know. Overall, that's
Was that a monster flick?
No.
It wasn't.
No.
That's what, okay. I'm
it was,
like,
it was
okay.
that fundraiser for the disc
Okay,
golf course
okay,
for the
okay.
defense fund,
That-
and it wasn't put on by us. It was
No.
It was
That was a misunderstanding. But that was really funny. And I remember taking bites out of that burger when dudes were teeing off because their backs were to me. And I would like lean over and
turn around and sneak a few bites.
oh, fuck. I was so hungry.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, everybody was. Which is probably why we did better than them. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, that was when I won the $50 gift certificate to New York City Sub Shop.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
what was so funny about that is I left the CTP thing, put my discs in the car, I'm having a beer, I'm talking to the tournament director, and I hear you because you're the one directing the CTP, and you're like, this is for $50 at New York City Sub Shop, and I'm like, holy shit.
I like that place.
Yeah, I'm like, I eat there all the fucking time. I'm like, oh, I'll put my discs in the car. And dude's like, here. And he gave me an Atom.
Right.
And you're like, everyone through, and you guys were starting the walk. And I'm all, one more, yelling, come up. And I just parked that shit.
You didn't even set up.
I didn't know. I just ran up and threw the Atom. I'd never thrown it before in my life. And that was a dirty Annie line.
Yeah.
It just held it the whole way and sat under the basket. Yeah, that was great.
A $50 shot, man.
I also won like a water bottle. Remember, that's the first time I ever like won great shit at the Ring of Fire.
Oh, there was so much stuff. They donated. Hood River Hobbies.
I made more at that event than I did
when
when I went on Ring of Fire tour, and that was a rough tour, man. Like I was trying to like sell stickers.
That's probably why you're injured still. It's all that Ring of Fire putting you did.
Totally.
It's really hard on a guy.
Taking Greyhounds, trying to sell like stickers and hats and shit to buy lunch. Like nobody wants that shit. I'm like, you don't want this cherry bomb koozie?
No. Yeah, it's hard to.
Sorry, cherry bomb.
Pawn that off.
Just had to call it out. Not interested. So the Lock Robster next weekend is filling up. There's
Cool.
there's some teams up on.
I've been telling everybody. Every time I talk to anybody that likes disc golf, I'm like, get a partner and go to the.
It's my favorite
Cascade Locks
tournament
event.
anywhere. I'll always play. Even, dude, last year was so fucked up and so unorganized, and I still, play it every time because it's so goddamn fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, every year you're like, well, it couldn't be any worse.
Last year was so bad. We left. We never collected our payout.
No.
Never even asked for it or emailed him or anything. I'm pretty damn sure.
No, I didn't
he
have
posted
3
a picture.
hours for them to do the math to figure it out.
It was getting dark.
Yeah.
It was getting dark. Yeah, it was like getting near 8 o'clock when we left, if I remember. And they were still adding scores. And I was helping them, remember? I'm like, can we speed this up? And he's like, oh, here. And I started helping them. And I'm like, God damn, it still didn't do any good. I mean, it's hard when you got a 3-hour Ring of Fire.
They did.
It's like the longest
3-hour
Ring of Fire. It's fucking the longest one ever.
Well, they gave a lot of shitty fucking extra small T-shirts away. That's for sure.
I'll always play the Lock Rob. So fun. So it's cool to see on For Disc Golf that they posted the teams this year and who's playing on the teams. Did you see that?
No.
Oh yeah, check this out. It's fucking awesome. They didn't do this last year. So let's see. Fucking For Disc Golf, blah, 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 blah. I haven't really looked at Pro in a little while. I've been checking. So here's Am right here. See what kind of bitch-ass tricks we got signed up for this shit. And remember, like, Lock Rob, most of the people sign up day of. I think we have Wheat City Throwdown.
Well, they won't be able to.
Is it Wheat City the same weekend? It's always Wheat City.
That's sold out in 3 hours. The guy...
that's actually not bad. I think it sold out in 2 minutes last year.
Keith? Is that his name that won the Masters division?
Keith Stewart?
He's one of the guys that puts that on.
Oh, I saw that. He's from Pendleton. I looked up his profile.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He was really, really nice. That guy, I want to say this out loud. He had the best attitude, man.
Nice.
He was really fun to play golf with.
Well, if he throws Wheat City, I'd imagine he's a cool dude. Was cool. I've heard nothing but
really
positive shit about
golfer.
Wheat City. Yeah. So here we go. We got these teams. Let's see. We got the Wingnuts. Just says Sean and Bowie. Player A, player B, it just says Ollie, Brian, and it says this is 40, which is Masters, and I'm guessing that might be Brian Brown. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't he usually play?
He does.
Lock Rob?
Yeah.
And then we got Chain Gang. That's Derek and Brandon. Daniel Perkins. Remember him, right? That's the UPS dude. Downtown Brown. Got this Alvin dude and Chris Graham. I kind of know those dudes. Tyler Olson, who's a motherfucking homie. And Jay Miller. Ride the River of Air. Then we got the Rockwood Rats. That's Summer and Austin. Let's see. Another Masters, Jason and Mark. And their name is nothing. The Smiths. That's Dustin and Donald. Pretty sure I know those cats. 2 guys and a putt, Zach and Kevin. Dos Flicking Assholes. That's James Crimson, otherwise known as Rick James, bitch, and James Hendricks, 2 really kick-ass dudes. Bud Heiser, Paige Jenkins, and his boy Eric. Paige is fucking amazing. That guy can throw 500 feet. It's crazy. Dirty thrower.
Did you say Rick James got in there?
Yeah, Rick James is signed up with.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he's signed up with motherfucking James Hendricks, the dude who won. He won one of our tournaments. I can't remember. I think it was Monster Flick or something.
Yeah, he's a nice guy too.
Yeah, he's hella cool. And then we got Jeff Hyder and Chris. That's Don't Tell
Isn't
Mom.
Hyder the one that has that course?
I don't know if it's the same Hyder.
Oh, that's Dave Hyder.
Dave Hyder, yeah.
Okay.
And then Cellar Dwellers, James and me. So those are the teams that are registered right now in AM. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool that we were able to look at it this year and see who's playing. Hopefully we make a card with Paige again because that dude's bro. Let's check out the pros. Whoa. Got more people signed up here in pro. Oh, shit.
Who do we know?
I don't know. I got Chris and Levi, the Hojies. That's a gimme. Kevin and Jerry. Old Man with Big Cox. That's Jeff Cox, C-O-X, and Tom. Before You Were Born. That's Keith and Lance. Dirty Pack. Marcus and Manny. Marcos. I'm sorry, Marcos. Manny's playing an open. Dirty Pack. Keep your eyes on that kid. Zach and Joel, Smash Bros. Nick and Samantha. I don't really know it. Oh, here we got Russ and Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Playing an open. Hucking amazing. Oh, please, guys. Justin and Brandon Rollins. There's no name there. Two Trick Cannons. That's Rick Manley and Derek Cannon. Rick Manley I've known since I started playing disc golf, and he's a really close friend of Parkdale Chris.
Okay.
When I played my first sanctioned event, I played on a card with Manley's son, who's an amazing fucking... This kid can throw like... And he doesn't even give a fuck. He was like hitting on girls at that tournament. He's like 16 years old. And he was like, oh, I got to throw. And he just go park it. Anyway, he hosted me. I hung out with him. I know him pretty well. He's a great golfer. He throws all discraft. And he's older. So he's got that older style of like Annie tosses. But this fucker can huck him for 450.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a great player. I'm going to be stoked to see him. So anyway, Chad and Mike, Disky Business.
Weren't they there? I remember that name.
Yeah, me too. Camerica Industries, Dusty Atkins and Maddie Owens. Dusty Atkins is a pretty well-known MA1 player. He was at the Slosh when we were there. I think he may have taken first in advanced.
Huh.
And then, so he's playing open. Then Basket Cases, Matt and Tim, they're dudes that signed up first in pro and are pretty familiar with the name. So there we go. That's the Lock Rob lineup right now.
The payout go up to in open?
What Lock Rob? I've never played open, so I don't even know. Oh, you mean how far up the field?
Yeah.
I think it depends on how many people sign up and
makes
show
sense.
up. Yeah. Why? Why are you curious?
Oh, I was just wondering.
Did Victor and Sticks win open last year?
I don't know. They were playing an open. I know they had the hot round.
They did. They had the hot round there. Played open. I'm pretty sure Big Wins was their name and they won.
Oh, okay.
Didn't they? I'm pretty sure. I'm actually.
I
very
wish there was
confident.
some way to check it out.
I know,
It's
to
always
look
been unfortunate that they don't keep stats.
I know,
online.
a Lock
It's the one
Robster
problem.
website where you have years of honors and like winners.
Yo, if
and-
there's any tech nerds out there that want to just make that happen for us, we'll get you the information and
Yes.
and make us a free website. Did
We
I say
need-
free? I meant free.
Free. We need a Lock Robster website where we can honor the winners of Lock Robsters of years past.
Yes, and that information might still exist. I don't know.
I'm sure DC Dan has it somewhere. If he doesn't, that'd be unfortunate.
He probably keeps little slips of paper under his gloves.
He could be like the PDGA and be like, sure, I'll give it to you. Just give me $75 every year.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh, where's my Lock Robster information? And he's like, we're hiding it till you pay.
Yeah, $50.
We only have 100,000 members. And that only translates to like $8 million a year. It's not that much money. Actually, $8 million is not that much money.
Not really, no.
Not when you have a drinking habit like the PDGA.
Shit.
Fucking platinum-infused highballs. Like, I heard they got a fridge in the fucking PDGA that's just full of fucking top-shelf tequila, and those guys are just drunk.
You guys know all vodka is the same, right? Like, you don't have to spend $90 on a glass of vodka. You can just buy one for $5. It's
Get some, no, actually, there's an exception. HRD. Got to draw the line somewhere. Anyway, back on track.
Is that stuff made from wood alcohol? That's what I heard somewhere.
You ferment bark. That'll work really well. You know, if you add sugar to it, it doesn't matter. Nobody ferments
Somebody's
anything
done it.
anymore. We're always adding sugar to it anyway. So anyway, that's the Lock Robster. Usually, the majority of players sign up the day of. That's what DC told me the first time we ever played one. So it's pretty impressive pre-sign up there.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good year.
Usually it's that weekend, Wheat City, like I said, and the North Umpqua Invitational, I think, also goes on, which is the Whistler's Bend, Scott Withers event.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Hella fun. Yeah, dude, trust me, every year I have to juggle this, and it's so hard to say no to playing golf right here in the Gorge.
I played Whistler's Bend a few times over the years, and they keep adding baskets. It's got like 27 holes now.
Whoa, I played it with you once.
Yeah.
That was when you ripped that crank, and it just never quit off the top of the world. Remember that?
Oh, that's a fun shot.
Those first run cranks, dude, those were amazing.
Go.
You know, that they didn't lose a game after that. Well, naturally, I want to talk shit about the Green River Killers to you all day, but today is special because now I get to talk shit about my favorite team straight to the face of the quarterback, straight to the face of the franchise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Rocky Wallace.
Yeah, brother Groovy, I can dig. Yeah, it's great to be here, brother. Thanks for having
So
me.
tell me about this fucking game last night. Have you ever lost a football game by 80 points before?
Yeah, brother. I have. It's been a long time. But, last night was a very unfortunate game. I was really high. I got really high before that game.
You were really high? You got really high on what?
Yeah, the coach, he gave us all a bunch of mushrooms,
What?
man.
Is that even legal? Can you do that in this league?
Yeah, brother. In this league, you learn to just, you keep your mouth shut, brother. And, you just roll with it because you know that the coach has, the interest of the team in mind, So when he makes all of us suck his dick, we know that
what?
it's for
What
the
the
team.
fuck did you just say? Did you just say that the coach makes you guys suck his dick?
No, man, I didn't say that, bro.
Oh, you most certainly did. This is a radio show. I'm just gonna try to listen to it. Well, these shopping cart wheels burn up the road. And that bridge was the last fucking dry place left to go. These taped up cheap boots are failing me. Yeah, this is not how I imagined that my life would be. No. Oh. But I'm holding on. Yeah, I'm holding on. Oh. I miss the sound of my wheels on the road. I miss the firelights warm me to burning glow. And I wish this world had been kind to me, yeah. I wish I had the company of family. Oh, but I'm holding on. Living with rats all night, they chew me out. The friends help friends, I let them feed. Sometimes I worry I might step on them. Yeah, we've helped each other